The All England Club. The grass is immaculate. The draw has just been released, and a 28-year-old from Mexico is staring at her name next to the most talked-about player in tennis, Renata Zarazúa, the world number 76, the veteran who has been grinding on the ITF and WTA circuits for years, a player who has seen it all, done it all, and knows exactly what it takes to compete at the highest level. But this draw is different. This draw has her facing Alexandra Eala in the first round of Wimbledon. 2 years earlier, they were partners. At the 2025 French Open, Zarazúa and Eala teamed up in the doubles draw. They won their opening match together, defeating Emily Appleton and Yvonne Cavall-Reimers in straight sets. They shared the court. They shared the pressure. They shared a moment that few players ever get to experience. And now, they are opponents. But when the press asks Zarazúa about Eala, she doesn't talk about the match. She doesn't talk about strategy. She doesn't talk about winning. She talks about something else entirely. If I could choose anyone to be my dream Wimbledon partner, it would be Alex Eala. The room goes silent. The tennis world is stunned. A player who is about to face Eala in the biggest tournament of the year has just chosen her as her dream partner. This is the story of that moment. This is the story of why Renata Zarazúa chose Alex Eala as her dream Wimbledon partner. Let's begin. To understand why Zarazúa chose Eala, you have to go back to the beginning. To May 2025, to the French Open. Eala and Zarazúa had never played together before. They were two players from different countries, different continents, different tennis journeys. But when the opportunity came to partner in the doubles draw at Roland Garros, they didn't hesitate. They won their opening match in straight sets, 7-5, 6-4. The chemistry was undeniable. The energy was electric. The partnership was working. Alex Eala will play in doubles with Renata Zarazúa at French Open 2025, reports confirmed. The pairing was a natural fit. Two fighters, two competitors, two players who refused to back down. They were partners at the 2025 French Open, sources note. And that partnership planted a seed that would grow into something far more powerful. Zarazúa had seen Eala up close. She had seen her fight. She had seen her compete. She had seen the fire that burned inside the young Filipina. And she knew that she had found something rare, something special, something that she would carry with her long after the match was over. The partnership at the French Open was just the beginning. What followed was something far more meaningful, a friendship that transcended the court. Zarazúa and Eala share more than just a tennis history. They share a bond that goes beyond wins and losses. When Eala made history at Wimbledon 2026, becoming the first Filipino to reach the fourth round of a Grand Slam in the Open era, Zarazúa was watching. When Eala defeated Iga Swiatek on center court, Zarazúa was among those who celebrated her achievement. But it was what Zarazúa said after the tournament that truly revealed the depth of their connection. She's not just a great player. She's a great person, and that's what makes her special. Zarazúa had seen Eala at her best and at her worst. She had seen her fight through adversity. She had seen her overcome obstacles. She had seen her refuse to give up, even when the odds were stacked against her. They had also faced each other in singles. In August 2024, Zarazúa had defeated Eala in 3 sets at an ITF event in North Carolina. But that result didn't define their relationship. It was just one match, one moment in a journey that was far from over. The last time they played against each other was in August 2024, sources confirm. But that match was just a footnote in a story that was still being written. Zarazúa knew that Eala was destined for greatness. She had seen it with her own eyes, and she was proud to have been a part of her journey. Chapter number 3, the Wimbledon reunion, a dream come true. Fast forward to June 2026. The Wimbledon draw is released, and Zarazúa's name is next to Eala's. Alex Eala opens her first seeded Wimbledon campaign against world number 76 Renata Zarazúa. The two former partners are now opponents. The match is a formality. Eala dominates, winning 6-1, 6-2. She converts 4 of her 17 break-point opportunities. Zarazúa fails to convert either of her 2 break-point chances. But the result doesn't matter, because what Zarazúa said after the match is what everyone remembers. "I've been watching her journey for years now," Zarazúa reportedly said. "What she's doing, it's incredible. She's not just a tennis player. She's a phenomenon. And I've always known she was going to be special. Zarazúa had seen the transformation up close. She had been there when Eala was just another promising junior. She had been there when Eala made her breakthrough at Miami. She had been there when Eala became the biggest draw in women's tennis. And she knew that she had been part of something extraordinary. "We were partners at the French Open," Zarazúa said. "And I would do it again in a heartbeat. If I could choose anyone to be my dream Wimbledon partner, it would be Alex Eala." The tennis world was stunned. A player who had just been defeated by Eala was choosing her as her dream partner. But for Zarazúa, the choice was simple. It wasn't about winning. It wasn't about rankings. It was about respect. It was about admiration. It was about the bond that they had forged on the court, and the bond that would last long after the match was over. Zarazúa's choice was not just about friendship. It was about recognition, about the phenomenon that Eala had become. Alex Eala is one of the biggest draws in women's tennis. Former pros have declared her bigger than Coco Gauff and Aryna Sabalenka. She has driven a 48% jump in ticket sales at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships. She has sold out arenas across 6 tournaments this year. And Zarazúa has seen it all firsthand. "She brings a whole new audience to tennis," Zarazúa reportedly said. "The Filipinos, they show up for her everywhere. And they show up with so much passion. It's incredible to witness." Zarazúa understood what Eala represented. A young woman from a country with no tennis tradition who had conquered the biggest stages in the sport. A player who carried the hopes of 112 million Filipinos on her shoulders and refused to let them down. "She's an inspiration," Zarazúa said. "And it's an honor to have shared the court with her, even if we were opponents." Zarazúa's choice was a recognition of everything Eala had achieved. A recognition that she was no longer just a promising prospect. She was a star. A player who commanded the respect of her peers. A player who had earned the admiration of everyone who had ever shared the court with her. Renata Zarazúa's choice to name Alex Eala as her dream Wimbledon partner is not just about one player. It is about the future of the sport itself. "She's not just a tennis player. She's a movement," Zarazúa said. And she was right. Eala is a movement. A symbol of hope. A symbol of what is possible when you refuse to give up. She is the newest national treasure of the Philippines, in a country that has rallied behind her like never before. Zarazúa's words are a testament to the power of tennis to bring people together. 2 players from different countries, different backgrounds, different journeys. United by a shared love of the game. United by a bond that transcends wins and losses. "If I could choose anyone to be my dream Wimbledon partner, it would be Alex Eala." Those words will echo long after the controversy fades. They will become a reminder that greatness recognizes greatness. That the sports players see something special in the next generation. That even opponents can be friends. That even rivals can be partners. The tennis world is watching. The fans are divided. The debate is raging. But one thing is certain. Alexandra Eala has arrived. And she has earned the respect of everyone who has ever shared the court with her. Eala K and PE line add Krni high etc. And that, my friends, is how a 28-year-old from Mexico chose a 21-year-old from the Philippines as her dream Wimbledon partner. Renata Zarazúa, the veteran who has been grinding on the ITF and WTA circuits for years. The player who once defeated Eala in singles. The player who partnered with Eala at the French Open. And she said, "If I could choose anyone to be my dream Wimbledon partner, it would be Alex Eala." The tennis world was stunned. The fans were moved. But one thing is certain. Alexandra Eala has arrived. And she has earned the respect of everyone who has ever shared the court with her. This is the rise of a phenomenon. This is the rewriting of tennis history. And trust me, this is only the beginning.